This is Adriana. She fell in love with Barnaby. When the couple met, they instantly connected due to their shared experience.
I am a 28-year-old transgender woman.
And I'm a 30-year-old transgender man. I wasn't having very much success with dating as a trans man, and then I found a beautiful woman online, and she was going through her own journey.
The couple began sharing their transition stories online, but were hit with some truly shocking comments.
Religious death threats sometimes. I've been told I need to be burned with fire.
We've been together now for 2 years. Yeah.
I found Adri on Instagram. We kept running into each other at the bars downtown. And a week before I was moving to originally California, I asked Adri if she would go out with me. And she actually said yeah. Yeah, we went out on a date.
We're basically inseparable since then.
I think what attracted me the most to Adri was just knowing someone that had a shared experience. She was so open and visible about it. I really loved that.
Yeah, I think that's also what really attracted me to you, aside from his eyes too. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is so hot. When I met him, I was 2.5 years into my transition.
I had my top surgery already. I had medically been transitioning since 2015. Dating as a trans man was really rough. What I wasn't prepared for was the ignorance that came with trying to put yourself out there. Because it always comes down to that one question, and did you have the surgery yet?
For me, dating previously as a trans woman was also very difficult. It was just a bunch of guys just wanting just very secretive relationship, as opposed to now dating him. He actually sees me as a person, aside from just my body and who I am.
After high school, when I graduated, I came out to my parents then the first time as a lesbian. And then it was about a year after I lost my brother to suicide. It made me reflect more on what my happiness was. Am I really being honest to myself? And that's where I realized maybe I am transgender.
For me personally, I have always felt like a girl from as young as I can remember. When I was kind of trying to come to terms with being transgender, I was living here at my parents' house. I kind of made a plan that I was just gonna not tell anybody, and I was just gonna move out and start my transition. But it was just eating me alive so much. I was very, very nervous about telling them, because especially in Hispanic culture, being transgender is just very much frowned upon. So today my sister, my stepdad are gonna be coming over. They both were very big parts of coming out in my transition.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We've been busy and happy to come visit. So what was it like for you guys when you found out that I was trans?
I was like, well, my mom's gonna freak out just because she's to freak out about stuff.
Did you ever feel swayed by family or feel ashamed?
No, nope. My family is a huge family, as you know, and they're a very loving family, but they're also set in their own ways. And there's a lot of things that they don't believe in that I do, and that doesn't bother me. And so no, I was never ashamed of you. My fear, it was a really strong fear too, for your safety. And your mother had the same.
Well, how did you guys feel when you found out that he was trans and we were together?
My fears were more so that knowing that you would have times of depression, and knowing that you have times of depression, and you guys moving across the country became my fear. Is now what's going to happen when you guys hit it at the same time, and who's going to be there to support you.
To see your mental health reflected at you in your relationship was an eye-opener. Because it made me realize I am very dysphoric myself, and I internalize mine a lot more than Adri does. And hearing the way she talked about herself was really hard, because I actually related a lot to it, just I'd keep it in my head.
How do you guys feel about us being so open and vulnerable on the internet, or like putting ourselves out there?
I always fear that people are gonna make you feel bad, like, because I know how people are.
Religious death threats sometimes. I've been told I need to be burned with fire, be called it. I've had plenty of men that hate that I can grow facial hair. They'll be like, yeah, you can grow a beard, but you're still a woman.
It's just always like, you're a dude, or you still can't have a baby, or you don't get a period, like as if I wasn't already aware of it.
We're often fetishized. If I do get messages about our relationship, it's people wanting to know if they can join us in bed and what we have in our pants.
The only way that this isn't going to be a problem is if it becomes normal.
Yeah.
And the only way it's going to ever become normal is by exposure. Yeah. And to me, that's why, yeah, then I'm proud to you're representing.
When you find out we got engaged, how did you feel?
I was very happy. And I know that she feels the same way, because your happiness is what's really important to us. And to see you that happy, pretty awesome.
I personally never thought I was gonna get married, honestly. Envisioning myself like in a dress and like having like a dream wedding. I'm excited for it, but it just doesn't seem real.
I really appreciate that you're like a second family to me, and how much you listen.
Cheers to love and not judging and being open and supportive and just being together as a family.
Cheers.
Cheers. I feel now more than ever in our life, things are like starting to fall together, and we're super excited.